The Micro Four Thirds system was invented in 1901 by a guy with baby arm syndrome, and he wanted to take a picture, but he's like, I can't carry this thing. And so like he shrunk down the sensor and all the lenses got smaller. He's like, what now, fellas? What a loser. Today, though, there's no reason to actually use his gear, baby arm boy.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So today we will obviously debunk Micro Four Thirds in its entirety. We're on the Fujifilm medium format, of course, GFX 100S with a Canon EF 24mm 1.4. It ends up being a 20mm 0.95 or something. It's fine. So it's been a while since we headed out to nature, and I figured I'm gonna bring my little Canon setup, 800mm Tony 11, and I had no idea I was gonna see so many different things. Like I thought kind of end of the year, nothing's out, like everything's migrated back, but woodpeckers was the least of our worries. But it got me thinking, since I'm a Nikon fanboy now, I could get rid of everything Canon, but I was like, you know what, I still need a wildlife setup. I still enjoy going for walks and capturing slow motion footage, of course, and I do have the Panasonic G9 II, so during this trip I was like, well, what would that be like? G9 II, Leica 100 to 400, I'd be getting the same basic stuff, more stable, if anything. I was like, well, so why don't you make that switch? It's slightly lighter. Okay. In the artful scene, I focused on the leaves, and you noticed that it's the better shot. Even though there's a bird back there, I was like, no, this is more interesting. So here's the deal. Let me tell you all the things I would lose if I went with Micro Four Thirds for wildlife. Its strength. That is, the strength of Micro Four Thirds is lightweight, telephoto, you just can't match it with full frame. Well, actually I can. I actually have more Tonys, more background blur with my prime lens. So we would go from a prime to a zoom, even though it's a Leica zoom we're talking here, versus a Canon Ghetto prime. Okay, you might even look better. But like there's some advantages. Let me just tell you, you'd have sharper 4K 120 because it's oversampled. This is all 4K 120p today, and it's line skipped, but it still looks good. But you have to imagine, since Panasonic is so grossly over sharpened, for the face it's disgusting, but for wildlife, okay, you might have something. People would prefer it, and it would be more stable than this. Although this is pretty stable, it's good enough. Panasonic would have some advantages, but let me tell you, in 4K 120, I would all of a sudden lose my animal eye detect autofocus. So I would not have that. That would suck. Even though I was manually focusing this daredevil squirrel running around, and he was in focus for some of this. So like that would already suck when I can just point at something. I often do switch to manual focus just in moments like this, hoping to God that I nail it, because I don't know, when things get dark, there's a lot of twigs, things can go wrong in a hurry. But you have to imagine, I lose my autofocus in 4K 120, I have 300 frames per second in HD, but that's full manual, even though these birds weren't in focus at all. I just saw a lot of things flying, and I pointed. Eventually, we got the shot. Did we not? Come on, that's a cardinal right there. This bird was like, okay, let me know when I'm in focus and then I'll do a little dance. Just joking, I'm out of here, loser. Good luck with your life path, whatever it is you decide. Shoot Micro Four Thirds sometimes, I'll stick around. Sometimes birds are rude and it's annoying, but why on earth would you go Micro Four Thirds when you have a Canon Prime with swirly Tone, the beautiful, glorious, busy Tone of the squirrel lifestyle? It's barely even lighter than my setup. You have 4 times smaller of a sensor, so your low light's gonna be crap, and then I lose all my autofocus modes. Like, it would be a worse experience, other than being slightly lighter, barely though, barely noticeable. And then like the zoom, it's a stiff zoom, that lens. There's really no options. Like, I don't know, man. The red squirrels were warning each other. He's like, hey man, you know, get out of my tree. This guy's thinking Micro Four Thirds. We can't trust him. And I was like, who are you talking to about this? Why does he think that my Micro Four Thirds isn't enough? This squirrel? Come on. Sure, he was barking and threatening me. He was making these little movements like, get out of here, man. I don't trust this guy. Get out of here. I'll show you. But come on now. Like, once you see this footage, you're just like, why would I shoot anything else? It's just too glorious. It's too easy to shoot. It's too fun. Yes, a squirrel jumped and panicked and fled the scene, but he remained calm. And we talked for a little bit telepathically, and he said, stay Canon, man. What are you gonna do? If you go Nikon, it's just expensive and heavy lenses. You got the sweet spot there. And you know what the deal breaker is? The nail in the coffin for Panty Boy? If I'm on, say my R5 II is now my wildlife setup. Obviously, I can't be contained in that box, and I need to use it sometimes for stuff like this. I would much rather use the Canon than the Panasonic. So like, even if I pretend that it's only my wildlife setup, I will want to do other things with it. And Panasonic is stupid at everything else. Look at this moment. I saw a little mohawk bird. You can see the little mohawk. Come on now. See, like this moment, I'm manually focusing on this because there's no way in hell that Canon's or any system is gonna track a bird's ass through the leaves. Eventually, I don't know that I ever nailed the focus, but whatever. Saw a blue jay eating something, kind of rude. No, he put it back. He put it back, wow. It looked like he took something, he's like, no, but now I realize it's just a bug and he's trying to kill it rudely by piercing its house. Oh, that's kind of mean. I'm always so excited to see a blue jay. They're pretty rare for me to ever see. It's like, oh my God, I hear them. And they do sound like assholes. Every time it's like this loud, like what the hell? I always think they're a hawk. I was like, oh, there's a hawk. Like, no, it's a blue jay, but whatever. Yeah, I saw a deer, by the way. Yeah, it was a male deer with antlers, and he was roaming around in his majestic-like fashion, clearly in focus. Don't worry, I got a better shot. You thought that's the only one? I think when you're happy with a system, just use it and get better with it. Like I'm pretty good with this Canon now. I know it was actually a long time before I went, so I almost forgot how to manual focus, like which button is it that I have to press. But we picked it up, and like once you master a system and you know how to focus and get everything quick, then you're good to go, man. Like stop hunting for stuff. And I'm not going to hunt. But even if this is line skipped, terrible 4K 120, like it's the worst quality you can get, it still looks good enough for what I'm seeing. Like I saw a deer. What's your problem, asshole? He had horns. Look at the antlers, man. He's a crazy male deer. They're big and tough. You think they're prey, as if you're prey in his presence. I don't see how anything kills a deer. Oh, there's wolves, but the deer's gonna stomp you out. As the majestic deer realizes he's being hunted, he quickly realizes that you are of no threat because you're vegan and you're weak. You've lost your muscle mass, and he will continue eating, knowing full well there is no danger anywhere in the vicinity. Goodbye, majestic beast. May your journey take you to greener pastures. So it was a pretty good little day of seeing things. I was like, oh, I don't know, it's fall, there's pretty much nothing left here. Well, I'll bring the camera, but I doubt we're gonna get anything. And then just everything started showing up, and it was like the most diversity I've seen all year, probably. So, I don't know, I haven't been doing much wildlife because mosquitoes suck, they're annoying. And I've been filming myself in nature for some reason. That was like my thing this summer. Some years it's like all vlogging, other times it's all wildlife. This was a talking head in nature type of year with Fuji medium format. No one watched any of the episodes, but squirrels watch it from a distance. They don't mind it. They don't mind the 2011 background blur. Oh, it's not blurry enough. You need a professional lens. Your mom needs professional psychiatry to get over giving birth to you. That's all I know for sure. But things are starting to fall into place. Once a Nikon ZR is released in Canada and someone buys it, they regret it, they sell it at a huge loss to me, then we have that as an all-around fun camera. My Canon's doing wildlife and some stuff in here. We're vlogging with Nikon and Canon. Those are my two main things. And then I don't know, I can totally see a world where I don't have this anymore, but Fuji medium format for the talking in head nature vlogs. And then I don't know about Panty Boy's gone pretty much if someone would ever buy it. And Fuji APS-C, I could totally see myself selling that one day. Once you have big Fuji, why get little Fuji? And since MacBook Airs can't edit a damn thing, I'm likely leaning for a Pro, so just waiting for a refurbished deal on one of those. M4 Max, 64 gigs, 2 terabyte SSD. Once I see a refurbished deal, then boom, everything's falling into place. Then we're Logic Pro, I'm picking that. Makes all the sense in the world, one-time fee, lifetime updates. Although I've heard they sometimes charge for a major update, that's fine. Don't worry about that. So Micro Four Thirds is dead. Canon is superior. They actually have lighter lenses. If you go for kit lenses, like kit lens zooms and stuff, like you're way lighter than Micro Four Thirds. They have a lot of primes that are lighter. I don't know, man. I want to hold hope alive but Panasonic's like just dumb. You went for a 25 megapixel sensor in Micro Four Thirds. Why is this not as good? It's too sharp. All your footage is red and sharp. You don't have the ton. That means you leave now. So, thank you for the Bitcoin donations. Penny Boy, get a real job. Making ice cream sandwiches made out of fruit. Stupid dairy sandwiches. Subscribe for more.